I just want you to know how happy I am that you're here, and that this is something that for me, this is like such a deep, like passionate thing. You know, for my own life, it's been the thing that's changed everything, was going through a very, 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 very long process of, you know, first figuring out that I was chaotic in my own head way before I knew about real food, and trying to put the pieces together in a way. I just had a terrible, terrible relationship to food, but didn't know it. And it took almost like 15, 16 years for me to kind of go through this journey of what I'm going to teach you in 6 weeks. So I just want you to know that this is not something that where it's you are going to get to a place where you finally have everything figured out. It's a process. It's always morphing. It's always changing. Even for me, you go through different seasons in your life, and there's, you know, even different seasons of the year have, you know, different ways that you approach things. And so my goal is to actually just help you get to the true root core of figuring out how you can navigate your life better. And so that's what this is all about. So this program in itself is something that I wrote like a couple years ago, even like way before the cookbook. And it's something that as I was sitting down to write it, I actually started with a poem, which I wanted to share with you today, which is, I know it's super cheesy. But it's, I don't even know why I call it a poem, because it definitely doesn't rhyme. It's not, you know, succinct or anything like that. But I just wanted to read it to you just because I think it helps set the tone, helps you kind of get excited for what we're really going to cover, but mostly really explain like the reasoning behind why this is such an important journey for every woman to take at some point or another. It's something that we all put off or ignore until it gets to the point where you just can't anymore. And so being in this group format, you guys are all at that place where you just know you can't continue to do things like you've done it before because it's not working, or you're frustrated, or, you know, you're just over it. It's time to like actually do something about it that's going to make a big difference. And so I just would like you guys to all, because you don't know each other yet, but you will soon. This is truly at the root core of why we're all here. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this poem that I wrote a couple years ago. I'm sorry if it's cheesy. Okay, so it says, "My darling girl, I can't wait for you. You sitting here right now. I want you to know that the envy that you feel when you look at others and how easy their life seems, especially when it comes to food and joy, well, that can be yours too. That you can feel more free, your life can feel more simplified, and that you can be the best version of yourself, which also happens to make you irresistible to others. But here's the thing, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to trust, to open up, to share. You have to be willing to deconstruct the things that you just do daily, to break free of them without the fear that usually follows. And it all starts with food itself, real food. Awesome and amazing tasting food that you actually enjoy and make the small amount of time for. Because if I can let you in on a little secret, it's one that I myself had to learn so long ago on my own and with a lot of trouble and hassle. That's not where it ends. Most people think once they get their food piece figured out, that's it, and that they're just done. You check the box, you move on, you're good. You've accomplished real food. No, I'm so sorry. This is just actually the beginning. The food piece is just the beginning of a process and a journey that has so much more depth, beauty, and aliveness to it. And so this is what I hope for you. That if all you want is to figure out the perfect diet, to continue going through swings of being so on and so off with your eating, that you just stop here. And perhaps you have many times in your life maybe, and you just go there and just think about the food. But if you're looking for better confidence, for things to come easier to you, for that true ease with yourself and more satisfaction and joy in your life, that you actually have to dig a little bit deeper and uncover more of your relationship to food without judgment. I know, what a weird concept. We don't talk about it ever in our culture, ever, but it's huge. Thinking about your relationship to food is actually the key to a healthy and happy and truly long-term lifestyle years from now, really, even from where you're sitting today. And not just so that you feel awesome after that 7-day juicing thing that you did, but I mean healthy and happy spiritually, mentally, emotionally, relationally to others, in your work, in your body, and in your whole entire life as your default way of being, not just something that you feel, sort of in touch with at some points of the year and then you lose it again. Because I think that's what actually matters, the quality of your life, how you feel every day when you climb out of bed, your attitude, your energy, your outlook, your ability to do more with your day instead of just going through the motions. All of this related to food? Yes. Well, it starts there for sure. It's that big. To simplify your food to the stuff that will actually serve you best while keeping the things around that you love too. And learning what that even is. Because personally, I think life is way too short to live without great chocolate, a beautiful glass of wine, or those salty, crunchy chips and guac. But it's also too long to live to have those things control so much of your headspace, create guilt, and fuel a negative relationship to food. So my wish for you is to feel happy, alive, soulful, and more connected in all areas of your life, in all capacities, and in all your roles, with no daily negative stuff that's constantly bringing you down, so that you waste less time, less energy, and less money on the things that don't keep you fueled and happy. That you can see how profound and simple it is to adopt a real food philosophy that travels with you for the rest of your life, and the profound impact that it can have down to your very core. I want you to know that a free feeling, happy and healthy life is the most amazing gift that you will ever give yourself. Okay? So before we begin, I just want to make sure that you know that this relationship to food is truly connected to a more fulfilling life. Every piece of it, every role of it, that feeling more grounded, more inspired, and more balanced is achievable. It's totally achievable and doable if you give yourself the chance. So here we go. I'm so glad that you're here.